It's wetter than otter's ass. Video we'll talk about the Tronsmart OpenFly Pro 2s, the good, the bad, and whether or not they're worth your money. We'll talk about the cases where these shine and some of the cases where they just don't. Let's jump straight in. With the headphones market being so oversaturated lately, it kind of feels like every Tom, Dick, and Harry has their own headphones brand, especially in this bone conducting or open ear space. So when Tronsmart reached out and asked me if I want to test them, I was a little bit apprehensive because they all kind of sound the same, especially from brands that I don't normally use. So kind of reluctantly I said yes, but they did surprise me. I really enjoy listening to music when I'm out and about, especially when I'm cycling. I like to have music pumping, but at the same time I want to hear what's going on around me. My go-tos were always bone conducting headphones because they give you the best situational awareness, whereas these were never, how should I put it, good enough for me to wear over bone conduction because they never sounded that good and they do block a little bit more sound than I would like. And just putting things in the perspective, if you're looking for punchy bass, these are not your choice, and neither should be any open air headphones or bone conducting especially. They're not designed to deliver that kind of level of music. If you're looking for that, you need to go with something like a proper earbuds from Apple AirPods to enclosed headphones like the Bose Ultra. But then again, I wouldn't really cycle in any of these. So this is kind of a halfway through. So when you think about it, if we've got those awesome, bassy, punchy, proper headphones in this bracket here, and then we've got the bone conduction stuff here, which is basically giving you a head massage when you do your stuff, but it kind of conducts the music, but it kind of does that. So these are bang on in the middle here. They do give you good enough sound quality, but at the same time, they're not going to be anywhere nearly as good as your proper earbuds. I want to challenge a couple of claims on the website, and it says that there's a sound pulse tech that delivers resonant punchy bass. It's not super punchy, but it is stronger than one I've heard on pretty much any other open ear headphones. So kudos for that. Now, bass aside, the sound quality coming out of them is excellent. Mids and vocals are super crisp on these, and I have to say that listening to the podcasts is absolutely superb for this type of tech. So I've got zero complaints there, and I know this is so hard to show on a YouTube video because if I'm going to put them up to microphone, you're not going to hear this. And sadly, this is one of those things that is also massive personal preference of what you like. For me, they're doing a great job at exactly what they're designed to be, which are situational awareness headphones. Very often headphones that are not coming from the main brand come in a pretty shit packing. These come with a really cool flip case with satisfying click, if that's your thing. But most importantly, this is your battery bank, just like with most of the earbuds nowadays, that gives you up to, they claim, 30 hours of charge. Now, there's no chance I could actually try that to be exact on how many hours these will last with the case. But from my testing and listening to the music at about 80% volume, because these are a little bit louder than I expected, which is a good thing, I guess, I got about 7 to 8 hours of listening time, and I've recharged them so many times over the last 2 weeks, I never had to charge the case. And I'm with the headphones on my head all the time because I do listen to music wherever I go. So as far as battery life goes, this is, I'm guessing it's very close to what they claim. What you have to take in account that all these companies are making those assumptions on battery life that you'll be listening to headphones on 50% volume, which I don't think anyone does. Now, in terms of waterproofing, I'm in Scotland, so we get soaked here all the time. These are IP5 certified, so they're not as robust as, say, Open Run Pros from Shocks, or obviously the Open Swims or Sunto Aquas, but they're good enough for a light rain. I mean, I've managed to make them super wet. Ha! This is what I meant, you perverts. Still working fine. It's wetter than otter's ass. And they work fine. There were no issues with charging or the sound quality after that. So I'm not advocating jumping in the water in these, but if you're gonna catch a little bit of a rain, you're absolutely fine. One of the standout features is that they are super light. So when you've got them on your ears, you can have them all day, and honestly, you can't even tell they're there. I often go through Reddit whenever I'm reviewing any of the products just to address any questions, and one of them was whether these have ANC, which is the active noise cancellation. No, they're open ear. You can't have active noise cancellation if you can't seal off your ears, which these clearly can't. So one of the claims that Tronsmart is making is that these are excellent for taking calls. Now, there are two things here that we need to touch upon. The first of all, the noise cancelling in terms of the ambient sound is really good, and here's the example. This is how it sounds when you're in a busy cafe. This is being recorded through the MKE 500 Sennheiser mic. And this is the sound coming from the Tronsmart OpenFly Pros 2. Let me know in the comments, how do you think it sounds? Yes, I'm really holding a fan to my face to simulate the wind. One thing you need to know that these things are absolutely brilliant, so keep looking at like saving my life in Scotland right now. And just for the context, it is about 25 degrees in Scotland, which is about like 7,000 degrees anywhere else. Let me know how it is sound in the comments. And that's thanks to some AI going on the inside. Sadly, when it comes to wind noise, it's not dealing with that well. But to be fair, I haven't found any headphones that actually dealt with tons of wind anyway. I mean, my AirPods Pro, you can barely hear what I'm saying, especially in Scottish hailing wind, so I'm not really surprised that they didn't really stand up to the challenge. However, if you're getting them to talk on busy streets, you'll be okay, you'll be heard on the other side if it's very windy. Just like with the phones and standard microphones, no amount of AI is actually gonna mitigate that. One of the drawbacks of these guys, at least for me, is the fact that they don't have a multi-point Bluetooth connectivity. That means that whenever you switch between your watch, say, and your phone, you have to unpair the device first and then pair it up with the other device. You can't just, like, say, with the AirPods Pro or Sony headphones, switch between the devices on the go, but it might not be a deal breaker for everyone. Sadly, these headphones don't have anything like Find Me option, so if you happen to drop this case somewhere, you ain't gonna find it. It's not a biggie at this price point, but I just thought it might be worth pointing out. Controls on these guys are touch based. It's a double triple tap kind of affair. You can customize them within the app. Also, within the same app, you can adjust the amount of bass, of treble, or you can leave it with a Tronsmart preset, which I actually found to be really nicely balanced. But again, you can mess around with this if you really want that more booming bass, booming for this kind of a headphones. You can do this inside of the app. One thing to mention with the touch controls, these don't have any sliding action, so you can't just simply slide up and down on one of the earbuds to increase or decrease the volume. Instead, you have to press and hold on your left ear side or on the right to increase and decrease it. It's worth mentioning that good folks at Tronsmart sent me these for free, but that doesn't really buy my opinion. If you look at my website, whenever a product is being sent to me, they have to accept the terms and conditions, which clearly state that if I don't like it, I'll publish the review no matter what. Unless it's so shit when it arrives, I'm not even gonna bother filming this because I respect your time and respect my time as well. Take it as you will. These have been sent to me for free, but all the thoughts in the video are my own. I think it's fair to say that these are not the headphones you would get to listen to music at home. They're definitely really shine when you're outdoors, running, cycling, and generally doing things that require you to know what's going on around you. At the same time, because they're not fully IP67 certified, they can't be fully submerged in the water, but as you've seen in the video, it was a pretty rainy day, and you know what, they're still working absolutely fine as they did when they arrived brand new, so no trouble there. Battery life is more than solid, so big tick over there. Two things that I really don't like that much is the fact that you can't pair them with two devices at the same time, which I explained is a bit of a bother to me, but also the fact that this case doesn't have any Find Me options, so I'm a world champion losing stuff. Not ideal. The touch controls are absolutely fine. I'd still prefer having the ability to slide up and down on my AirPods, but it's not really a massive drawback. Plus, you can customize all these inside of the app. As established, the sound quality for these type of earbuds at this price point is absolutely brilliant. So if you're in the market for something that will allow you to run safely outside or cycle, I think these are a fairly solid choice. Now, if you want to learn about the differences between different Shokz headphones, click this video next.